France in Victoria 3, possibly the strongest nation in the game. However, France did used to be a whole lot bigger. And so today we're going to be fixing France's lack of size by reforming Napoleon's French Empire in Europe. And to do that, there's kind of a billion territories we have to take. Basically, everything up to here, except Prussia can keep some of its territory and Austria can keep some of it. But like all of Italy, all of this stuff, all of this area right here, and also Spain, or at least this part, at least Catalonia. However, I do plan to take all of it. As a challenge, this is going to be a much more military-based playthrough than a lot of my other ones. I've been doing a lot more economic-based ones lately. However, I do kind of enjoy the conquest-based ones a little bit more. Plus, they're usually a little bit longer, and I feel like they got a little bit more content to them. So we're doing this today. We're also doing this today because I was getting a little bit tired of playing as countries like Albania and Denmark, where I'm constantly struggling to make ends meet. So let's get started. As for laws, we're in a fantastic place. We already have public schools, dedicated police force. We have a colonization law. We have interventionism and protectionism. And pretty much all these are good. I'm probably going to get rid of poor laws if I can, because it's just money out of my pocket that doesn't really do much. And if the opportunity arises, I'm going to replace National Guard with either no home affairs or guaranteed liberties. And I'll also probably get rid of censorship and replace it with the right of assembly at some point. But other than that, that's pretty much it for laws. I'm going to build a few government administration buildings so I can upgrade our education level, but that's probably the last time you're going to see this screen for the rest of the campaign. Funny enough, I'm actually not going to start building industry initially. I'm going to start with livestock ranches so I can produce more fertilizer, and then we can switch everything over to soil enriched farming. So I'm going to do some livestock ranches and a few chemical plants. 3 in Poitou, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then livestock ranches everywhere. Next, we're going to get a few iron mines here specifically, a little bit of wood just around in general, and then a whole bunch of tooling workshops to support the rest of those. 2 steel mills. I'd say that's a pretty good start economically. Now, the first thing we're going to do in terms of conquest is in the update previous to this, you could puppet Spain immediately as France, but it doesn't look like we can actually do that anymore. You know, that actually hurts my plans quite a lot, if I'm being honest. I wonder where this is gonna go. Well, since I can't puppet Spain, I guess I'll start off with Switzerland. First battle of the campaign, and aggressive maneuver, and he immediately got lost. Aggressive maneuver at the end, though, so he's going to capture the same amount of provinces. Oh, 92 against 10. Bad luck, Switzerland. For the most part, I'm not really going to be showing all our conquests and stuff. I'm going to show, like, each time I begin one and each time I end one or stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm going to cut out a lot of it because it's going to be a lot. Piedmont is going to be the next one on the chopping block. I do plan to go over 100 infamy in this campaign, so I'm not too worried about how quickly I do my wars. Ooh, that is a nice general right there. Bad luck. Almost forgot. I'm going to start incorporating Corsica. I'm also going to incorporate Algeria, just because I think it's funny. We are running a massive bureaucracy deficit right now, so I'm going to get 2 of these government administration buildings. If you hold down Alt when you click this, then it'll go to the top of the queue, as you can see here. And it looks like the British have joined the Sardinians. I've noticed that in the latest update, great powers tend to join these minor wars a lot less than they used to. And they back down at the last second. Okay, that's great. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I should annex Sardinia Piedmont directly. So when it's available, so in 5 years when the truce expires, I'm going to use the annex subject diplomatic play on them and annex them. But while we're waiting, I might annex Algeria completely. Make this a primary demand as well, so we will be conquering them entirely. Apparently, France doesn't start off with any motor industries at all. That's strange. Oh, well, look at this. The private construction is constructing one of them. That's really helpful. That means I don't have to do that. Giant open gap in the front line, time to exploit it. So I tend to make my, if I am playing as a country with a monarchy, I tend to make them a general. The reason I do this is because every time a general wins a battle, they'll get +1 popularity for a while, And if they're your ruler and they have more popularity, then that gives you more authority. So there is a little bit of reasoning behind that. This guy right here is a lot better than this guy. So I'm going to retire this guy, and this guy should get more battalions, and he's not. Why is that? That is because they were in different regions. Okay, so I just got rid of that guy for no reason. Dang, they never stood a chance, did they? And there we go. And I'm going to incorporate this because, historically speaking, France did kind of try to do that. Just to be clear, I'm not making a political statement here. I just think it's funny. I forgot to sort out the politics situation. All right, suppress landowners, bolster intelligentsia. That's pretty much all there is to do. You know, before Spain starts to modernize, they start out with a pretty crummy army, a pretty unadvanced army. Ours starts out better than theirs. So before they have a chance to get strong, I'm going to invade. Now, what do I want? I've already asked for Catalonia, but what else do I want? I guess I'll take Aragon, and I'll also take, what is the state? Navarra. Make them both primary and then add war reparations. And do I have enough to ban slavery? No, I don't. Okay, that'll be the next one then. Don't have enough to transfer a state either. Okay, so that's all I can ask for. Let's get one Iron Man. Oh, Iron Man, Iron Mine. Time to start the soil enriched farming because fertilizer is super cheap right now and I need fertilizer to be expensive so I can produce explosives because that makes sense. Or to start, I forgot to mobilize everybody. No. The naval invasion seems to have gone very, very well. Apparently, Portugal joined in the war, and I didn't notice. That's unfortunate, because I probably could have puppeted them. You know, I've never actually used the outliner before, but it's actually super helpful, shockingly. Raid convoys all across Spain. 79 battalions! That's significant. We have the water tube boiler. Next, I'm going to go for the Bessemer process. The mass embargo has begun. And there we go. We've taken a big chunk out of Spain, and that is just disgusting looking. Start incorporating these states. Trying to incorporate Catalonia hasn't been working very well for Spain, but let's see if it works for France. I didn't even see that happen. Okay, it's a good thing I saw that. Okay, so Austria is doing a cut down to size goal against us. So that's going to be helpful because we can beat them up. See, I want to liberate Hungary, and I also want to liberate Croatia and Bohemia if I can. Looks like I can, and I'm just about out of diplomatic maneuvers. I'll add war reparations on for the British who have joined as well. Our really awesome general from before just died. That's really unfortunate. Let's see, direct or brave? I want to go for the direct guy. I'll get this guy too, though. I'm going to get rid of the barracks in the Spanish territories. That seems like a bad idea to have those there. Oh my, look at Turkey. They are having a real bad day. Austria doesn't start off with a very big navy, and Britain's is spread out pretty much all across the world, so I might be able to get a naval invasion off. Ooh, bad luck, Austria. Looks like Prussia is getting in on this. And it looks like the naval invasion went off. That's great. Why is this livestock ranch going to take 192 weeks to complete? The invasion of Austria is going shockingly well. I honestly was not expecting it to go this well, if I'm being honest. I think the reason it's going so well is because the British no longer have a connection here, and they've got troops that are just as good as mine. But the Austrians are still... Oh, never mind. The British have naval invade. Okay, but the Austrians are still using line infantry, so I think that's why I'm winning. Let's try to naval invade this, and hopefully that'll cut them off down here, and they won't be able to push any further because they won't have any supplies. They've captured Paris from the south. That is ridiculous. My God, how did they take so much territory? That is absolutely ridiculous. They show up for a week and they conquer half the country. Yeah, why don't you go over here and clean this up? And let's see, can I take someone else? Yeah, you two. The Austrians are at minus 97 war support, so hopefully, yep. Oh, okay. That was a race there. It looked like they were going to capitulate before me. And the British, are they going to be willing to do a white peace? They are. Okay, then. They conquer most of my country, but they're not going to do anything about it. Well, despite the fact that they've had almost all of their territory ripped away from them, Austria is still apparently the number 7 great power, because that's how this game works, apparently. This is so stupid. But yeah, Croatia, Hungary, and Bohemia on the map now. Breech-loaded artillery. And I've had a native uprising immediately after that, so I can't demobilize anyone yet, and they're all down here. That's going to be real fun. Alright, time to annex speed bump. Rough luck, buddy. Wow, Turkey is just having a real tough time. That's unfortunate. Oh, yep, they're really going to do this. I've noticed that when you're trying to conquer a nation entirely lately, that they almost never back down. Almost. I haven't had them back down yet. I mean, I guess that makes sense because, you know, they're going to lose everything if they back down, so that makes sense. It is a little annoying for me, though. And there we go. Alright, looks like Russia wants to do a little scrap with us. Do I want anything from you? Not really. I'm thinking I'm going to take Crimea from them because when they inevitably declare 100 more wars against us, it'll be a whole lot easier to invade them. Actually, maybe I should take Estonia because that'll be right next to their capital. Or even better, I could take Finland from them and then it would be directly next to their capital. All right, I'm going to transfer Grand Duchy of Finland. I'm also going to take war reparations. I'm also going to liberate Ukraine. That'll hurt them the most because it's the most territory. And let's see, do I have enough to liberate another country? Let's liberate Poland or Belarus. Let's go for Belarus because it's bigger, I think. Actually, never mind. I should have gone for Poland. It's 3 states and Belarus is only 2. Oh, never mind. We still got 30 maneuvers, so we can still afford to liberate Poland too. The United States has joined the Russians, the natural Russian ally of the United States. Alright, there we go. Uh-oh, American naval invasion in Loire. I've noticed that the AI has done a whole lot more naval invasions in the recent update, so I think I am going to have to start keeping a few generals around to mop those up just in case. Let's see, how is it going? It's going really, really well, apparently. Okay, 10,000 dead on their side, 800 on mine. Okay, that couldn't have gone worse for them. However, there's a giant Russian naval invasion in Normandy, and they've taken Paris. Thankfully, the Russian AI is pretty bad at its job. So let's go straight for their capital. And since we have a second admiral, let's also send someone down to Crimea. Let's go with this guy. How's the naval invasion of St. Petersburg going? It's going very poorly. How's the invasion of Crimea going? And it went by so quickly I couldn't even see it. We need to kick them out of here as soon as humanly possible, because the longer they have this territory, the more my war support is going to go down. And as long as I can keep them out of France proper, I shouldn't have too many problems. Fortunately, it looks like we've got we just keep getting loads and loads of troops in there, which is awesome. And the king died. All right, let's make this guy general, mobilize him, put him back on the front. Look at that little potato wearing a army uniform. They're still getting supply, which is really frustrating. All right, so we'll do another naval invasion. Hopefully that'll cut them off here. They won't get any supply, and they'll have a few issues. It looks like it went off perfectly. All right, they're completely surrounded here. They should have 0 morale, and they should do very poorly. Look at that, 1 to 6 right now. While that's getting mopped up, I'm going to start another naval invasion over here. Funny enough, our war support isn't going below 0. I'm very happy about that, but it seems a little bit unusual. How's the naval invasion going? Very well, apparently. It looks like we're just outside their capital, or, well, we've taken half of their capital. The Russians are really fighting tooth and nail down here. I mean, good for them. I mean, it's all pointless and futile, but I mean, admirable bravery, I guess. And there we go. We now have a personal union with Finland, I believe. Ukraine, Belarus, and Poland have all been liberated. Wow, that is an interesting looking map right there. All right, I'll take some donations from Croatia. It's an awesome looking map is what it really is. The Russians still own this little piece of Dobruja. So not only does this weaken the Russians by giving them a whole lot less territory, especially this territory, which has this modifier, which gives a whole lot of agricultural throughput, but also I'm pretty sure their entire navy was tied up between this province, and also this province. So I pretty much sliced their navy in half by doing this. I'm thinking we're going to go after Belgium next. I'm actually going to annex them directly, not puppet them as well. Let's see. Yeah, let's go for Wallonia. Make primary. Nobody else has joined Belgium, funny enough. Alright, so this should be real easy. Funny enough, I said that I was going to increase education when I start off this video, and I keep building government administration buildings, but I keep using them to take care of the populations in the new states that I'm annexing and incorporating, and also using that bureaucracy to incorporate the states itself. So I actually haven't done that yet. I feel like in this new update, all the battles have been a lot bigger. Like, just a lot more battalions on each side, which is great in my opinion. Like right now, I got 400 bureaucracy. I could be increasing education, but nope, I need to incorporate Belgium. And I just went into the negatives. I'm thinking Netherlands is going to be the next on the chopping block. I believe Napoleon sort of annexed them directly. However, I'm just going to puppet them. It's going to make it a lot easier for me. There'll be less space to manage. Also, give me the Dutch East Indies while you're at it. Make that a primary too, just in case they back down. However, I don't think they're going to. We now have breech load artillery, which means we can get shrapnel artillery and we can deal more damage. I'm thinking ironclads next. No. The borders down here in Spain are bothering me quite a lot. They're really ugly looking. Let's put an end to this. Usually I go for appointed bureaucrats. However, I'm going to go for elected bureaucrats because I'm spending a lot of bureaucracy right now on my population. Ah, dang it. We can't make the other two of these primary. We're one diplomatic maneuver off. Alright, we'll just take war reparations then. I just looked at my files and stuff, and apparently I've already recorded like 200 clips, and I'm like only getting started right now. This is gonna take so long. Yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna be a multi-day video. Yo, the leader of the armed forces is a guy named Louis Napoleon Bonaparte with a big mustache. I think that's scripted. It's very interesting to me. And our current king is currently an expert offensive planner. That's awesome. You know, I've noticed that with private construction, it looks like the railway situation is honestly, it fixes itself. I haven't had to build any infrastructure yet. Like, the private construction is taking care of all of it. And there we go. Now Spain is a lot smaller. I'm not going to incorporate these states. I wish there was a way that you could like puppet a nation and then give them territory back. Elected bureaucrats. Oh, look at that refund. That's very nice looking. However, oh man, we are missing out on apparently 20k taxes now because we have minus 4%. Ah, nuts. That's rough. I think I'm going to have to go after Prussia next before they become too strong for me to deal with. It looks like they've already annexed a great deal of territory. Unfortunately for us, there's not a whole lot of states we can liberate within Prussia, so we're actually just going to have to straight annex it, most of it. Before I forget, I'm going to add shrapnel artillery onto my battalions now. And I'm not going to go to war for a little bit so that these guys have time to adjust and I have time to sort out the economy a little bit. Strengthen us up a little bit more so that we can actually pay for all these wars that we're doing. Look at all that inefficient taxation capacity. I think I might have made a mistake getting rid of appointed bureaucrats. I might actually add them back if I'm being honest. Actually, instead of that, I'm going to stop bolstering the intelligentsia and I'm just going to add another consumption tax on wine. Yeah, that hasn't fixed us entirely. Let's remove the tobacco tax and replace it with a services tax. Oh yeah, that's much better. In fact, it looks like we can get rid of the wine tax while we're at it. And let's see, liquor too. Yep. All right, now we have a balanced budget. And I actually have enough authority. I can go back and keep bolstering the intelligentsia. It appears as though Two Sicilies has formed Italy without actually forming Italy. That's a little odd. That kind of sucks. I was actually planning to puppet the rest of the peninsula, but since they're a major power, that's not going to be available. Yep. I think I'll start with the Rhineland. These are the list of states which we can liberate from Prussia. However, most of these states are really, really tiny. And like these two are the same province, actually. I think I'll liberate Pomerania, though. And I'll also... See, can I puppet anyone else? Württemberg. I don't care that much. Well, I care a little bit. I'll grab that too. And then liberate Saxony and war reparations. That should be enough. And the British have joined. That's unfortunate. That's a very nice general right there. I'm going to leave one general here just in case of a naval invasion. First few battles have broken out. We're winning there. We're winning here. And they have way more troops than us, but they're losing a whole lot more than us. We're probably going to lose that battle. I actually never checked to see if my troops have adjusted yet. That was not a good idea. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, the modifier's almost gone, so that's good. But I really should have checked that. But this barrack is not using any artillery. That one in Saxony. Is this one using any artillery? This one is. It's using cannon artillery, though. That's not only the first level. This one's not using any artillery. Of course we're winning. They're not using any artillery. Looks like we're beating up the British, too. This is going way better than I was expecting. Are they using artillery? Yeah, it looks like they are. But we've got better artillery than them. We're using shrapnel artillery, and they're just using mobile artillery. Looks like we're winning at sea, too. I honestly was not expecting that. And there's been a naval invasion. Oh, no. Okay, well, I guess it's a good thing all of my generals have left the front, I guess. I guess that's a good thing then. I love how it does that. They said they were going to fix it, and they didn't. Well, Prussia's out of the war. And let's see. I don't have any war goals on the British. They might accept a white peace. No, they are not. Oh, look at that. Okay, they dropped out. Now the only one left is Wutterenberg. I cannot reach them, so there's no point in continuing this. Unless I can violate sovereignty. Let's see. Look at that. I actually can do it against Austria. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to do it against this state. It just said no. Oh, okay. So I went back to war with them. I thought that it said, no, you can't violate sovereignty. Are you crazy or something? That's what I thought it said at first. Like, bro, the whole reason I'm doing this is because you cannot stop me. We can currently construct 0 gold mines in French Guiana. This is going very well for me so far, and the Polish have taken over this part of Austria, so it's just this now. Oh, look at that. I completely overran the Rhineland again, and then they had a revolution. It's saying that they're at -100 war support. I pressed war goal. Oh, because they had their revolution, they lost, and now this is set to a Prussia that doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so... well, that sucks. Let's go after Baden now. And it looks like they really want to do this. Okay. I guess we'll mobilize. Just one general. Yep, okay. I mean, if they want to get their teeth kicked in, I'll let them. Now that we're done incorporating all those states, we've got 1,000 extra bureaucracy. So I can actually finally start increasing the level of education. We've got 12 million radicals in the country of 60 million. And we've only got 200,000 loyalists. Those are not good odds. You know, in the last war, it was set to liberate Saxony and Pomerania, but since they had that revolution halfway through, it didn't do either. I'm thinking I'm gonna go after Austria next. Looks like the truce has expired. We're just going to take all the coastline provinces and this one, so that's connected. So then they won't have a coastline, won't have access to international trade, and they should just diminish from there completely. Once again, I forgot to actually mobilize before the war started. Yep, and it looks like we've got a front with, there's just no enemies on it. All right, we're just walking wherever we want. I actually set a naval invasion to go here, but we captured the territory before we could actually do the naval invasion. Let's bring back the tobacco tax. We're now at 15 million radicals. Let's see how high this number can get. We have upgraded to ironclad warships, so now our navy should be pretty much invincible. Portugal. The private construction has constructed a railway here in the middle of the Saharan desert. I completely support this. Spain joined at the last second. I didn't react in time, and now we're at war with them, and I don't have any war goals on them, unfortunately. I accidentally clicked the wrong button on a random event, and now I'm losing 10,000k per week. Portugal. I want to mention right now that I do not recommend having this much taxes on your people. Like, it's going to radicalize them, just all of them, every single one. It's a really bad idea. However, I don't really care anymore, so I'm doing it anyway. America wants to cut us down to size. Man, I feel bad for you, America. We can't ban slavery in the United States. Let's go. We've only got 2 other options here. We can either revoke claims or open market. I don't There's no point in me opening the market because they'll just embargo me anyway. So I think we're gonna remove their claim on California for 25 maneuvers. God, that is expensive. Using regular old wooden ships, so our ironclads should be able to just blow them out the water. What a good idea it is to have a capital right next to the ocean. I wonder how that could go wrong. We got 2 naval invasions going down. This one is failing. This one is going equally on each side. It looks like we're winning, though. Yeah, we're gonna win this. Right, after that battle, we should have this whole state, and yep, as long as we can hold this territory, they should be over. How did they manage to bring 160 battalions into here? That is ridiculous. Since the United States has a national militia, it means that currently they're mobilizing all their conscription centers, which means that the cost of the war is going to spiral out of control for them, but they're going to have just a ridiculous amount of battalions. So as you can see right here, they've got about 500 battalions right now. And in comparison, I've got about 160 on both of these fronts. Morocco. There's currently a Slovene succession going on, and looks like the Austrians joined in because it took part of their territory, this Slovene succession. Huh. Good for them. Good for them. Bavaria. You know, I've been steadily constructing things for a long time. I've got a lot of construction, got a lot of private construction going on, and I just cannot seem to keep up with the demands inside my country for industrial things. It seems like we never have enough coal or tools or steel or iron or anything like that. We're doing great with everything else. It's just all those things that are used to make the consumer goods and whatnot. Now that we have ironclads, I feel confident. Now that the British have joined in the war, I'm going to liberate Wales. I'm also going to declare an interest in the North Sea so I can liberate Ireland and Scotland. Let's see, is this going to load by the time this thing ends? Oh, maybe not. If I add another thing onto here, say British war operations, it's going to delay it for 5 more days. And this needs how much longer? Just says 83%, doesn't say how long it's going to take. Ooh, I think it's going to take 3 more days. I got 2 more days. Okay. What else can I ask for? I can liberate all these, but I don't want to. I don't have enough diplomatic maneuvers to do all that. I got 60. I got just enough to do Ireland and Scotland. Okay, so I'm going to tone this down all the way. Oh, I'm going to play it real close here. Ah, dang it. We were a day off. I don't really want to deal with Galicia anymore, so I'm just going to release them as a subject. See, what kind of subject does that make them? It usually depends. I don't know how to change it, but it looks like it made him a puppet. Okay. I'm going to release a few more people while I'm at it, like Navarra. Yeah, that's another province I don't have to think about. Guess what I forgot to do again, guys? Yippee. You know, I haven't been doing it lately, but it looks like, since I keep forgetting my, to mobilize my generals and it keeps happening, it looks like the vassal swarm is actually kind of effective. Yeah, look at that. We just completely overran them immediately. This is every French person's dream. Naval invasion of Britain. This is the battle that's going to decide if we make it over the pond, and it looks like we're going to win. Okay. Hopefully, if we can land on the island, then it should be smooth sailing from there. And apparently, the battle is happening on these islands over here. I think this is called Jersey, but I'm not 100% sure, and we're losing because it's 50 against 50. Nuts. Well, at least Bavaria has been puppeted. All right, that's another one off the chopping block. This is going to be the naval invasion for Ireland. We'll see if that one works. Goes off. And it looks like it didn't do anything. Alright, come on. This will be the one. Let's try a naval invasion in northern Scotland. They probably won't be expecting that. Ooh, it looks like the landowners and the industrialists do not like voting. Yikes. The invasion of northern Scotland is not going very well at all. Let's see how the one in southern England is going. Very, very poorly. Okay. Well, to reform Napoleon's empire, we don't really have to destroy the British, so yeah, I don't really feel like continuing this. I have got so many convoys right now, but I can't use any of them because I've got so much infamy and no one wants to trade with me. See, let's look at the infamy map mode real quick. Yeah, there's just a big black smudge in the middle. Let's see, is Austria puppetable yet? It looks like they are. That's great. 91 infamy, don't care. Ooh, it looks like the Prussians are joining them. That's pretty good, because I was actually going to do that anyway. Now, hopefully I will liberate Pomerania, and I will liberate... Where is Saxony? There's Saxony. And is there anyone else I want to liberate? Not really. So I'll just conquer some territory, the Northern Rhine and Westphalia to be exact. Never mind, I could only get the Northern Rhine. There is no way the developers intended for there to be this many front lines. There's 10 here. They forgot to guard one of the fronts, and I've conquered half their country already. This is ridiculously fast. That was unexpected. And America really, really wants to go at this again. My God, you'd think they'd learn the first time. And it looks like the Ottomans are helping them out, so I'm gonna do the most base thing possible, and I'm gonna liberate Albania and collect some tribute while I'm at it. I'm also gonna liberate Bosnia and Bulgaria. There's Prussia out. See, there we're at war with the Americans, and we've puppeted Austria. All right, I did what Napoleon could never do. If only he had practiced Victoria 3. The Croatians know what's up. They've been keeping friendly relations with me this whole time. They're the only people like on the planet that are keeping good relations with me because they know that I'm about to obliterate them. I'm currently throwing a lot of bodies into the trenches, so I think it's going to be worthwhile to invest in some health system. Private health insurance is nowhere near the best, but it's better than nothing. All the Americans try to do a naval invasion, but they can't. The naval invasion in Ottoman Empire went pretty well, by the way. I'm looking back at how much I've recorded so far, and there's quite a lot. I think I might need to end this video soon, but we're still not done. We still got to get pretty much all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fronts. You want to know something? I was just thinking to myself, dang, I really wish I could point them in the direction of Constantinople so that they could capture it. And I just remembered, I can actually do that now. That's awesome. I can do one, or can I do one? It might make more sense to do one here because that's on the way. And is the giant arrow gonna appear? I don't see it anywhere, but you know what? That's still cool. Hey, that's kind of funny. All right, so this event is talking about farmers in Loire making appeals for the government for the dangers of the equipment they're using, and about the healthcare and stuff that I'm trying to pass. This is about the private healthcare, and there's an option here that says this isn't for the poor anyways. That's awful. I'm gonna pick it though, but just saying. Rip Finland. I don't even think I'm gonna help out. You know, it's 12 against 5. They're gonna be fine. And there goes the Ottoman Empire. All right, that's an awesome. Those are some awesome looking borders, if I'm being honest. That is a very chunky Bulgaria. You know, the Croatians have been so nice to me. They've been keeping friendly relations with me this whole time, pretty much at the maximum at plus 80. So I'm gonna start bankrolling them. All right, I want to go around and get some of these states from the back, so I'm going to invade Ukraine. When I'm done with all the other wars I gotta deal with first. White peace, best peace. Thankfully, as France, we do have a large peasant population we can draw from, so the constant warring and death isn't taking too much of a toll on us. Despite all of this, I'm still not the #1 great power. It's still Britain, just because I have twice as much prestige as me. I've noticed since the last update, in terms of AI behavior, before it was pretty much just Austria wins everything everywhere all the time. I've noticed that they've dumbed down their AI a lot, and Great Britain used to just fall apart all the time, but they've gotten a lot better. It looks like they've almost doubled the amount of flotillas they have, and they've got more than twice as many battalions. They've raised their GDP quite a lot, so I'd like to see that, because this time in history was all about Britain and whatnot. All right, back to the video. Puppet Ukraine. We'll probably get Belarus too while we're at it. Yeah, looks like they've got an alliance or something. I'll be honest, I'm getting real tired of this. This has been going on for quite a while. It's not so much the amount of time that this game has been going on that I'm tired of. It's just, it's how long I know it's going to take for me to edit all of this. It's going to take forever. I just liberated Bulgaria and they immediately joined a war against me. That was a silly mistake. Puppet the Ottomans, so I'm just going to take war reparations from them. And, oh, I should have saved those maneuvers and liberated, like, Iraq or something. Oh, it doesn't look like I could have anyway. It's probably because I don't have an interest in the area. You know, I find it strange that this is all one front line, despite the fact that this part is completely cut off from the rest of it. But then I can have a front right here, and it'll be 3 front lines. Okay, right now it's 24 versus 172 battalions, okay? But I've demoralized 121,000 soldiers on their side compared to 5,000 on mine. You know, I really want to let the Croatians live because they're being nice to me. However, I do believe this was part of Napoleon's empire, so I do unfortunately have to take him over. And it looks like Bulgaria is part of the team now. There you go. Ukraine is mine now. I'm not going to be able to reach Belarus, so I'm just going to go for a white peace with them. All right. I think it's time to go after Italy now. Yeah, I've let them be alive for a little bit too long, I think. What I really want to do is puppet them. However, it's going to be impossible since they are the number 5th major power, so it's going to be very difficult to diminish them unless I take a whole lot of their territory, but it'll still be unlikely. As you can see how long Austria was a great power for. So that's going to be very difficult. So I think my only choice is to just conquer the whole thing or liberate states, but I can only liberate Rome right now, so I guess I'll do that. Guess I'll get war reparations too while I'm at it. I'm currently not too worried about turmoil at the moment, so I'm going to downsize my law enforcement and then use that extra bureaucracy to increase my health system. We just unlocked aniline, so now we can make dyes within our country and we don't have to rely on our colonies anymore. I'm going to go for monitors next. Looks like the United States is looking for another scrap real quick. Let's get war reparations again. And there goes two Sicilies, or Italy, or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to build some more government administration buildings so I can start incorporating these states in Italy. And they can start paying taxes. And immediately after I liberate them, the Italians immediately go after Rome. R.I.P. Croatia. Uh-oh, Prussia's gonna try to conquer Pomerania. No, you're not. Okay, well, I was trying to help Pomerania, and they had a revolt halfway through, apparently. All these generals are awesome. I'm gonna go for this guy. But you know what? I think I'll get both of them. Okay, well, that didn't really work because of the revolt halfway through, so they're still independent, but Prussia owns these two parts of it. Before they become a major power, I think it's time for Hungary to be annihilated. Hungary, I think I'm going to go after Spain. I don't think they're a major power anymore now, so I can puppet them and make this this map a whole lot nicer looking. It looks like the Prussians have upgraded their troops to shrapnel artillery, but they've downgraded their infantry to line infantry. So they're pretty much at the same spot as they did in the beginning because they've upgraded one side but downsized the other. We're literally attacking them from pretty much every single angle. R.I.P. Hungary. Spain. So apparently Russia joined the war against Spain, and I just straight up didn't notice. Alright, Spain is done with. We have the entire Iberian Peninsula under us, and it looks like that has stopped Russia from invading for some reason, so we're at peace again. Let's fix that. They didn't even put up a fight this time. They just gave up. That's good. They haven't been doing that as much recently. That's quite refreshing. I think for the most part, I need to get Poland, but then after that, I'm pretty much good. Maybe Italy, the rest of Italy, I'm not 100% sure. But Poland and Italy, and then I think I should be good for Napoleon's European Empire. The Prussians have joined in. That was a foolish mistake. I'm about to dismember them. I'm currently making so much money from diplomatic pacts that I've got no taxes at all. I'm increased the spending as much as possible, and I'm running out of creative ways to spend money. Hanover next. That is one fine looking French market. And of course, the first step in conquering Poland and Italy is to puppet Denmark. Obviously. Franz Joseph is abandoned. I don't really need to, but just because I can, I'm going to puppet Sweden too, make the map look a little bit nicer. Oh my god, they're still using mobile artillery and line infantry. This is going to be easy. Oh, look at that. They just gave up. Okay, saves me the effort. That is one girthy French market. All right, two Sicilies is the last on the chopping block. Let's get this over with. Oh wait, hold up. Hold up. Oh my god, Prussia isn't a major power anymore. That means I can puppet them. All right, I'm going to do that first. I don't need to, but oh my god, I'm gonna do that first. That's gonna make my map look so nice. We're currently advancing from all sides, and you know what? We're even advancing from above. And there we go. Prussia has been puppeted. Okay, after that detour, now it's time to finish the challenge and obliterate 2 Sicilies. Why isn't it letting me do that? I'm apparently already fighting in a war. Oh, it's radical Denmark. Okay, well, we're gonna do that in just a second. There, all right. Now, this time, this is gonna be the one. Uh-oh, the Russians have joined in. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's nothing we can't take care of. Since we're invading Russia, I might as well liberate a few states like Latvia and Estonia and let's see, Georgia, Armenia. Let's go for Armenia. Do we have enough? Oh, no, we don't have enough to do anymore. So let's just get war reparations after that. And the game just crashed. As soon as the war fired, the game crashed. Well, let's try this again. See if it saved at a good point, and hopefully it doesn't crash this time. All right, this is where it saved. Looks like everything's already in place. Let's see if it crashes again when this reaches right here. All right, look at that. It worked this time. Awesome. I'm looking at the GDP map mode right now, and look at Britain. That is significant. I want to mention that I started colonizing the Sahara Desert pretty much immediately, and it still isn't done yet. Okay, so apparently I forgot to actually put the goals in to conquer the rest of Italy. And I just put in the initial one, which was Sicily. So I'm still not done. R.I.P. Lithuania. Well, now I gotta wait 5 years until I can invade Naples. Well, I guess I'll clean this place up a little bit while I'm waiting. Let's put Pomerania on the conveyor belt, I guess. 101 versus 4. Why are you even trying, Pomerania? Our king died earlier, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this is the new guy. He's charismatic, so that's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna take all the Ottoman puppets away from them while I'm waiting. And it looks like we had just enough maneuvers to actually do all of them. And Russia has joined in. That's gonna be fun. Huge announcement. Eastern Sahara has finally been completely colonized. I've been doing this for the last, let's see, about 50 years or so. Oh, well, that was quick. All right. Now I can get back to doing my favorite thing in this game, which is putting down rebellions over and over and over and over and over again. Just look at the French market. This is just ridiculous. 2 more years and I can finally finish this. I've noticed that private construction seems to construct a lot of railways. I've only had to construct like 3 or 4 this whole campaign. So that's an awesome change. I know, there's been a giant gap in the middle of this map the whole time. I'll get rid of Saxony. You know what, I'm not even going to mobilize any of my generals for this. I'm just going to let all my vassals take care of it. See how the friends are doing, alright? You're doing really well so far, and it's pretty much already over. They are really fighting to the last tile there. Huh, good for them. There we go, Saxony's blue now. Okay, I do believe it is time to finally take out Italy and finish this video. I've got 496 clips that I've taken, so I'm ready to be done with this. Ooh, look at that. The British have 500 ships and 350 battalions. They've got a bigger army than I do. Honestly, I found that almost everyone around me has been having a pretty crummy army that hasn't been upgraded at all, but theirs is on par with mine. I think it's just because they haven't been going to war with me as much lately. We don't have enough maneuvers to take the last state. Hey, look at that. I was just talking about how the British haven't been going to war with me. They've been very strong because of that, and it looks like, you know, they know it's going to be the last war. They want to see if they can take me out. I'll be honest, I'm ready to disappoint them. I'll give it to them. They're holding pretty well, it looks like. Even though their troops are significantly worse than mine. Not sure how that's working. And finally, there we go. Capitulation to Sicily is the only thing left is Rome, it looks like. Okay. But you know what? I'm going to call that enough. I'm going to call that a good enough situation. That, in my opinion, is one chunky French empire that I am done with. So if you liked the video, then please like the video. If you really liked the video, consider subscribing. And if you have any other challenges you'd like me to do, any other Victoria 3 videos you want to see me make, please let me know in the comments. But with that, I'm done. Bye.